Right, let's do a test. Just 1 mug of water into the Crusader mug. We're going to be using a Firedragon block to do this test. Take a spark, start, put the water on. There you go, we have a boil, 5 minutes, give or take. And it's pretty windy as well, as you can probably see by the flames getting blown around. So I should imagine inside a room or a vehicle it's going to be a bit quicker. But nonetheless, it's boiling, and I've just used 1 block. Just used some tin foil on the bottom of the Esbit stove. They're also available at Wilderness Leisure, I believe, so yeah, pretty cool. I mean, you don't really have to wait till the Crusader cook system, the new one that comes out for this. You could just use that, as we've done quite successfully there. Just a bit of tin foil just to stop it going through the gaps in the bottom and going all over the place. And yeah, check it out. I think our work here is done. Right, we're going to try a different way now. Just a standard Trangia stove, nice and simple. Again, we're going to be using one of these Firedragon blocks. Just going to pop that in there like that. Put that on as a cover. Got some water here. Nice and cold, no problem at all. Straight away, no problem at all. We'll start the clock. Well, as you can see, we're during the test, and straight through that hole the top portion of the flame is making contact pretty much continually with the base of the stainless steel mug. So that's perfect. Well, that's it. We have a boil. Oh, 9.5 minutes, give or take, as you can see. Let's have a look inside. Here it is. And I should imagine that might boil for quite a while longer yet. If that boils to 15 minutes like that, you've actually pretty much sterilised the water as well, which is also good. Right, look at the time, it's been boiling for over 5 minutes. And yet she is still boiling. You have succeeded in killing off a load of bugs in the water from 1 little block. That's pretty impressive. 16 minutes. Wow. Right, we've got a Swedish fire torch here. It's been underwater for 24 hours. Yes, I've got a Swedish fire torch soaking in some water for a nice little experiment. Well, let's see how good these Firedragons really are. I've been out in the constant rain now for about 3 hours. I'm going to try 2 because I think 1 might be a bit of a tall order. As you can see, it is soaking wet. I'll put some flint around it to stop the winds from blowing it around. We've got a soaking wet wood there, it's just been sat there all the time. So we're going to put some of these in there. I want to make sure that you can really test this. I don't think that's wet enough. We've got a bucket of water here. Let's make sure it's properly wet. rearrange some of these because obviously the bloody water's bubbling. One block going in. Wow. This is incredible. You know how wet it is. Let's see how she goes. I can't believe it works. Well, I think they have a nice hot drink. It didn't take long for the rain to fill that mug actually. it really did work. It just burnt all night long, and of course when I come down in the morning it was just burnt out. So obviously the winds from all that storm just really fanned it and just kept that fire going, which is just what you need. And to do that from, I think it was 4 blocks I used from this stuff, incredible. Another thing I could let you in on, some of you are aware of the Esbit coffee maker. Now, when you get it, it comes with its own little cook stand. That's all it is. It just sits in there. Now what Simon wanted to try out, and he told me it's brilliant, worked in the rain and the wind and everything. So you just get yourself like a little tin foil base, and you can just sit it in there, put your Firedragon in, stove on top, and it will actually make you a cup of coffee. Fantastic. Also, if you don't want to use tin foil, you could just use a tea light from the candles. And all I've done was I just cut some edges into it just to give it a bit of chance regarding some wind flowing through to feed it some oxygen. And luckily it sits in there perfectly, just right. So that will actually make a cup of coffee as well. I could go and show it, but the video is going to go on for so long, but take my word for it, it actually works, which is really cool. Another good thing about these Firedragons is, when you've got like really manky hands, I should imagine covered in old engine oil, WD-40 and dirt and they're manky, get one of those bars and give them a rub. Only for about 5 seconds, put the bar down like a bar of soap and straight into cold water, crystal clean hands. You wouldn't believe it, it gets all the dirt out. It's very, very good. Multi-use really. And another thing that I found out, if you light it accidentally and it drops on the floor, you can quickly stamp on it, not hard, just smother it, take your foot off, and you can pick it up instantly and it won't burn your hands. I don't know how to do it, but it works. It really does. So it has multi-use, and it doesn't smell when you're burning it, so in the vehicle it's brilliant. You're not going to die of all the fumes and soot everywhere. Speaking of soot, that's another thing. When you've got the bottom of your pans and they're a little tiny bit sooted, you can use the bar, just give it a little rub, rinse it with water with your hand, and it gets all of the pans clean as well. So it's got many uses, and they are available right now at Wilderness Leisure. And if you want to do a saving, just type in Funky 10. Funky 10 in the discount code section when you come to pay for it, and it whacks 10% off. So you can't lose, can you? So yeah, head on over to Wilderness Leisure. They got loads of them in stock, and they can ship worldwide as well, so it's not a problem. These aren't really on general sale yet, so you're lucky. These are coming out right before Christmas, which is their launch date. So get them now, get them in your bug out bag, get them in your kit, and what can I say? Stay funky.